At 3 a.m., while cleaning room 408, I found a note from my grandfather that changed everything. My family, the people I trusted most, thought they could frame me, erase me from their lives. But they forgot one crucial detail. I had the master key to their total destruction, hidden in my shoe. If you've ever been betrayed, underestimated, or treated like you didn't matter, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and witness a story where justice isn't just served, it's perfected. You'll see how patience, strategy, and a single secret can turn the tables completely. Let's dive in. My name is Elena, and my family, well, they were wealthy, influential, and touchable. On the surface, everything sparkled. Designer clothes, luxury trips, endless parties. But behind closed doors, it was suffocating. I was the black sheep, the scapegoat everyone pointed to when things went wrong. Even as a child, I had been the quiet observer, the one who noticed every slight, every injustice. My grandfather was the only person who ever treated me like an equal. He was sharp, calm, and quietly powerful, with a mind that saw through deception. He told me stories about honor, patience, and the quiet power of knowledge. But I never realized just how important his lessons would become until the night he died. After his passing, everything changed. My parents and extended family seemed to shift overnight. Old smiles became sneers. Subtle comments turned into outright insults. Then came the plot. They decided to frame me, plant evidence, manipulate financial records, twist situations to make me look guilty, erase me entirely from the family narrative. Overnight, I went from being a daughter, a niece, a granddaughter, to being the enemy. I felt it first in my chest, a tightening, a pressure, almost physical, like the air had been stolen from me. My hands would shake when I opened the mail. My stomach churned every time a family member called, smiling with false warmth. Nights were the worst. Alone in my apartment, I replayed every betrayal over and over, feeling powerless, angry, and desperate. But deep inside, a spark remained. My grandfather had left me something, a secret, a tool, a lifeline. I just didn't know where it was. Until that night. It was 3 a.m. I was cleaning room 408, the room my family always mocked as useless, cluttered, forgotten. I lifted an old rug and noticed a faint outline beneath it. My heart thumped in my chest as I bent down and pulled out a yellowed envelope with my grandfather's handwriting. To my dearest Elena, it began. If anyone tries to erase you, remember, knowledge is power, the key to protecting yourself and dismantling those who betray you lies in what I leave behind. Inside the envelope was a small leather pouch, and inside that, the master key to everything. Bank accounts, legal documents, secret investments, all the hidden power my family thought they controlled. And it was mine now. I remember holding that tiny pouch, feeling its weight in my hand, and the surge of clarity that came with it. My anger didn't roar. It sharpened, precise, like a blade ready to cut through years of manipulation. For the first time in months, I felt control. I had a choice. I could confront them directly, pleading for fairness, or let anger consume me. But my grandfather's words echoed patience, precision, poetry in action. Revenge, if it was to be true justice, needed to be strategic, not impulsive. Over the following weeks, I watched my family carefully. I studied their routines, their secrets, the very weaknesses they thought no one noticed. Each careless laugh, every dismissive glance, every condescending word, they were breadcrumbs I collected to map the path to their downfall. Then came the execution. I started with subtle moves, redirecting investments I had access to, anonymously tipping off regulatory agencies, leaking just enough information to unsettle their financial world. From the outside, it looked like a series of unfortunate events, a coincidence, mismanagement. But inside, every domino was falling exactly as planned. I could feel their arrogance shifting, their confidence cracking. Paranoia crept into their conversations, fear into their glances. They had underestimated me. They thought I was weak. But weak doesn't describe patience, intelligence, and preparation combined. The final act wasn't dramatic in the way movies make you expect. There were no confrontations, no shouting. It was surgical, quiet, devastatingly effective. I invited them to a family gathering under the guise of reconciliation. They laughed at me, mocked me, blind to the storm I had orchestrated. I carried the folder with the evidence like a shield. When the moment was right, I spoke calmly, deliberately. You tried to erase me, I said. But here's the truth. I've always had the master key. I opened the folder. Inside were documents, account statements, emails, everything they had used to manipulate and frame me. Every lie they told, every plot they hatched, it was exposed in a single, undeniable wave. The room fell silent. Their faces went pale. Confusion, shock, and finally, fear. The very family who had tried to destroy me realized that they were powerless, exposed, and vulnerable. What followed was beautiful in its precision. Legal scrutiny, financial audits, public embarrassment. The carefully constructed facade of superiority they had built on my supposed weakness was crumbling. And I was finally free. I won't lie, it wasn't easy. Every step demanded patience, intelligence, and courage. But the moment I saw the disbelief in their eyes, the satisfaction was profound. I hadn't just taken revenge, I had reclaimed my dignity, my power, my identity. I realized that true victory isn't about anger, it's about strategy, timing, and precision. My family had tried to make me powerless. Instead, I became unstoppable. And the key in my shoe? It wasn't just a tool, it was a symbol of my grandfather's wisdom and the power of patience, knowledge, and foresight. Betrayal cuts deep, but it doesn't have to define you. With strategy, patience, and courage, even the most impossible odds can be turned in your favor. My family thought they could erase me, but they couldn't erase the preparation, intelligence, and resolve I inherited from someone who truly believed in me. If you've ever been underestimated, betrayed, or left powerless, share this video and let others witness the power of patience and strategy. Comment below with the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen. And don't forget to subscribe for stories where justice is more than served. It's perfected.